Everyone, it's John Benson back with day 28. 2 more days of this, actually. Day to today, tomorrow, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is actually Thanksgiving when we're recording this, so we're not going to do it tomorrow. So we're going to finish up over the weekend. Let's put it that way. I'll probably go Saturday and Sunday because I like to do one over just because we had one screw up on one of the Persuade and Profit Live. So join me over the next few days, and we're going to dissect the perfect email sequence. And if you are attending this live, meaning you're here when it's actually going on right now in the live world, you're going to have a cool little special announcement at the end of this video. If you're watching the replay of this, by the end of the video, there won't be anything. So just FYI, because we're going to cut it out at the end of the video. So this is only for folks that are here live. And hopefully it will be really cool. I'm John Benson. I am the $1 billion copy coach because people have made over $1 billion with my sales copy. And I've helped people make a lot of more money than that, actually. But I'll just say billion because it sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Hey, guys, what's going on? Good to see everyone here today. Today, we're going to be talking about the first sequence of a content-driven emails series that is built around a slow build to a promotion. Like, how do you send content and make it sound like you're really wanting to help people and also slightly promote something? Now, this one isn't, I do a PS promo. I got real popular for that. The PS of the comment, we do like a PS promo. Hey, by the way, did you see this? Did you miss this? You may have missed this. I didn't see if you took me up on this, but perhaps you missed it, that kind of a thing, and then drive people to an offer. Dean Jackson's got a cool thing where he does a 4-link thing at the end of it. Either PS, here's 4 ways I can help your business, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do that as well. In this particular one, we drift. It's called a drift. I call it a drift. I call it a promo drift. You're just dripping someone right down to the very end of the email, and it has a natural conclusion, as you're going to see, to a promotional email. But this is a content-rich email that naturally I created in Email Copy Pro. So I'm going to go through the email and show you how I did it, and then I'll show you how I did it actually in Email Copy Pro. So cool, guys. Good to see everybody on. Thank you again for joining. Love to see all your faces, or in this case, I love to see all your icons, so all your avatars. Awesome. So let's dive into this. I'm going to share my screen and hopefully you can see this now, and I will hide this and we will get started. Cool. Everything cool? Everybody see this cool? Awesome. So I'm going to maybe blow this up a little bit, see if that helps up. I'm going to blow up the wrong screen. Let's put it over here and I'll see if that looks any better. Okay. So it's not, I just made Email Copy Pro look bad, but that's okay. You can see the copy a little better. So hopefully you can see the copy better. So this is one of our content pieces. And the QS, by the way, inside Email Copy Pro stands for Quick Start. So in other words, I only had to fill out my Quick Start. That's about a 90-minute process at the most. I can do it in 30. A lot of people can do it in 60. But 90 minutes at most to fill this out. And if you get stuck on any oh, I got it all but one field, no big deal. We're here. We do live coaching every 2 weeks, and we can help you fill out that one field, although that rarely happens. So this is all Quick Start, meaning of all the hundreds of fields inside Email Copy Pro that has emails to do everything you can think of, literally built the sales page that we've gone through. This can be built in 90 minutes, as well as everything else I'm going to be showing you over the next couple of days, by the way. So this entire content piece was built from that setup. So I'm just scrolling down here. As you can tell, it's a nice juicy piece of email. It's meant to be long because it is content. So let's get into this. Copy Pro, Email Copy Pro developed this one, the 3 digital marketing myths debunked. So I like the 3 myths debunked. I just gave 2 different niches I could choose from. Would you let me help? 3 myths and 1 solution revealed. So I kind of like that one too. So it's already built the subject lines for me based around this particular email. So it starts off with, excuse me, guys, I have a frog in my throat, so I'm going to take a little bit of water. So when it comes to writing your emails to drive more engagement, open clicks, and sales, you may not know where to begin. If so, you're more like me than you know. Now, what am I doing here? Or at least how I used to be when I first got started. Okay, so I'm kind of hinting that I'm a lot like you. Now, this is the actual blueprint. When it comes to X, I'm a lot like you, is the blueprint that's underneath here. When it comes to X, I'm a lot like you. As you'll see in a few seconds, I can click regenerate. Well, you've already seen this, but I'll do it anyway because it's kind of cool. And it would rewrite all this. But for now, we're just going to dissect this pattern, okay? So this is how we're starting out content. You want to start off content building rapport. Now, I want to give you a great tip that really helped me overcome a challenge that I still face occasionally. You see how modest that sounds? I still face this challenge on occasion too. Or you can say, hey, I used to face this challenge all the time when I first got started. And you know what? It's completely okay. What am I doing? Does anyone know what I'm doing? Yes, Bogan always gets it right. Rapport, we're in this together. Yeah. Another thing that I'm doing is I am validating. Please write this down. This is called a validator. You're more like me than you know. I am validating. You may not know where to begin. You're more like me than you know. Now, I'm not going to tear apart everything, but you notice this? You may not know, you know. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna keep clearing my throat until this thing goes away. But so excuse me. You may not know, you know. This is classic duality in the middle of something that your subconscious mind is your conscious mind would never catch this. If I didn't point this out, you would never know it's there. I just really want you to see how often I use this, and I use it in such subtle ways. And all good copy uses it. So that's just the first opening. So now we got the first opening. I asked all the questions you should be asking now. Should I be struggling to write emails from scratch? If I wanted to change that, of course, I can click in here and choose any of the other entries I have, but that works for now. This is what the machine generated. I'm just running with it, all right? Should I spend weeks on Google looking up all the internet marketing experts for answers? Should I just give up? So what am I doing here? Do you remember the 3 questions that we talked about starting off a sales page? I'm doing 3 questions here. I just didn't start with them. So I slightly changed up the format. I'm asking 3 engagement questions. I'd go crazy with frustration. So I'm telling my story. Look, I'd go crazy with frustration. I can't tell you how many chances I missed, all because, and everybody should be just jumping up and down for joy right now, one thing that's causing it all. I'll let you know what that is in a moment. Now, again, a machine wrote this. Well, actually, humans wrote it, and a machine put it all together based on the blueprints underneath it. But I can't tell you how many chances I missed, all because I didn't know about one thing. What is that, folks? It is the one thing. It is the primary cause. It's literally got the word cause right behind it. This is called the primary cause in Email Copy Pro. And this, everyone should know, if you've been following me, you know what this is. This is an open loop. So what am I doing here? Let me break it down so you don't have to follow this exact pattern. You ask 3 questions. Should I be doing this? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing this? I'd go crazy with frustration by asking those questions. Look, I used to ask all those questions myself, but I found one thing that was causing all this confusion and all my problems when it comes down to writing my emails to drive more engagement clicks. One thing that's causing it all. I'll tell you about it in just a moment. First, this is classic sales copy. So this is a content piece that has all the workings of a sales letter on purpose, by the way. Now, we have straight content. Like I'll show you a content piece over the next couple of days. It's just that it sounds like straight content, and it gets to the PS, and it's like, oh, by the way, this is content and sales combined. I call it sales tent. No, I'm kidding. I don't really call it. I should come up with a name for that. Blending content and sales letter persuasion combined. I mean, this is pretty juicy stuff, guys. This is pretty juicy stuff, right? Kind of gets me all excited to talk about it. Okay, my texts are blowing up on my phone, so I'm turning this over. First, so the NLP is done for you in Email Copy Pro, which I really like. But I'm going to teach you everything in here in case you don't have it. So the rest is easy. First, let's address those 3 questions I asked myself, and you may be asking yourself as well. Now, again, what am I doing here? You may be asking yourself as well. I didn't say you're asking yourself. You may be. It's always may. You may be experiencing this. Sometimes you may feel this. I don't know about you, but sometimes X. Are you following this? Always in subtle little ways. And now I do this second nature. And if you write a lot, you're as yourself. Let's say I did it right there. But in case you don't, this machine does it for you. These guys are actually myths that need to be put to rest. Then I'll tell you what I suggest you do next. Again, this is another open loop. So we got 2 open loops inside this thing. So we said, look, all this problem is related to one thing. I'm going to tell you about that one thing in a moment. First, let's address those questions. Then I'm going to tell you what the solution is in another moment. So that's basically what we're doing. So myth number 1, you should be struggling to write emails from scratch. Okay. So struggling is like, I'm going to change the word struggling to trying. Because I kind of like trying. So now once I do that, that's forever changed inside my database. You should be trying to write emails from scratch. So if I want to keep it struggling up here, I can keep it this way here. See, isn't that cool? But let's say I want to change it to trying as well. So I'm going to click that and click that. So there you go. You should be trying to write emails from scratch. This myth is all over the place. I bought into myself, so don't feel bad. Again, over and over and over again. When you teach something, I want you to be doing something inside your content emails. Especially, I'm going to come up with a name for this on Facebook Live, probably. The blend of content. If anyone has a great name, put it in the comments. And if I choose it, I will send you a gift. I will literally send you something really cool, like you get access online or something that I haven't sent somebody. So if you come up with a name for a perfect blend of a content-rich piece and a sales letter, let me know. Well, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a contest. Okay. I didn't think of this until just 2 seconds ago. So don't hit me up if this doesn't work. All right. So this myth is all over the place these days. I used to buy it to myself. It happens to the best of us. Look, I just say it over and over and over again. I sing it over and over and over again. So I'm getting a message saying, so the audio is okay, but it's not looking good. I don't know what to tell you there. Is anyone else having any issues with how it's looking, or is that just on Eileen's side? Let me know if there's any issues with how this is looking. I can't tell. So, okay, I'm going to keep going. If someone tells me it's how it's looking, I don't know what to tell you because it's just Facebook Live. So hopefully you guys can. I can see it over here fairly well. So hopefully. So yeah, there's okay. All good. Okay, good. Okay, cool. Okay. So hang in there, Haley. Maybe the replay will work out great for you. Okay. So again, we're all in this together. I used to do it myself. Whenever you teach anything, you should think, how can I do this teaching it myself? How can I do this? I'm sorry, relating this to myself. I suck at, you can even say, I currently still suck at this, but I'm getting better. And I figured out a few tricks. Guess what? People will love you. They will still, and that makes you seem so relatable. I say stuff like that all the time. And when it's true, I say it. This truth is that approach. The truth is that approach rarely works because why? And we pull in the reason why here. So the reason why comes from your own input in the copy. Overwhelm can block your creative process. Plus, unless you're a professional copywriter, you don't know the right persuasion triggers. Now, those are all my words. Your words would be different. You can put it whatever you want here. This may be a surprise, or perhaps you already knew this. What am I doing here? By the way, I'm dissecting every sentence of this simply because I want you to see that this is not accidental. The stuff that goes into this is extremely well thought through. And I want you guys to be able to use this kind of stuff. When you state a fact, you might want to say, maybe this is a total surprise to you, or who knows, you might have already known it. Either way, it's good to be reminded of it, right? So what am I doing here? I'm getting acquisition yeses. I'm getting yeses. I'm building what I'm calling the yes empire. There's all different names you can use for this. The yes highway. I've called it many different things. Okay, so that's how I built that one bit of copy. Here's the myth. Here's the truth. But all throughout that whole thing, I go, yeah, maybe you knew it, maybe you didn't. It's good to be reminded. Cool. So everyone feels comfortable. Everyone feels really comfortable. So that's the idea. I don't know if they feel like a newbie. I don't know if I might be talking to Eben Pagan, who occasionally reads my emails from what I understand. So if you're watching this, Eben, hi, I love you. But I might be talking to someone like an Eben Pagan, who's a genius, or I might be talking to somebody that's a brand new struggling copywriter. I just got off I did a podcast with my buddy Adil, who's an amazing copywriter. And we talked about, so Adil's reading this or watching this. He's like, he's going to know all this stuff. But I still want him to think that maybe he doesn't. So that's why I'm doing this, right? Myth number 2, Google all the internet marketing gurus. Okay, that's how you find the answers. You just Google everyone, right? Okay, let's talk about our best friend and our worst enemy to email marketing. Now, notice how this is changing? Internet marketing, email marketing, it's the same thing. Copy Pro Smart, Email Copy Pro is smart enough to realize that you might want to say it a few different ways, okay? So it sounds completely human. Yeah, you're getting it, right? When it comes to email marketing, Google. Now, you may have found me through Google, so that's not all that bad, right? So again, I'm just going back and forth between bad and good, right? However, there's so much misinformation out there that you're probably very confused. Again, probably very confused. Probably. I'm going to bold that. Probably. I wouldn't literally bold it, but you get the idea. Probably very confused. I don't blame you. For every expert on Google, there are thousands of pseudo experts and downright hacks. So now I'm building something real contrary and I'm getting a little harder. Good news. You found one of the good folks. So I'm validating again. So all I'm doing, I wanted to teach you through content, is when you share content, validate their pain and validate their smarts. Validate, validate, validate. Content's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I get content from Joe Polish to send me a good content email, but it's just, content. And then because Joe's not a copywriter, he's just trying to send content. But as a copywriter, what you want to do is content, validate, content, maybe, yes, maybe, yeah, if it makes sense. Content, yeah, I did this too. That's a sales letter content piece. I'm seeing all the names coming in now. I'm going to read them off later. That's really great. Good news, you found one of the good folks. And then I tell my own story. To be honest, I struggled for years trying to hack this code, and I failed miserably. I could write sales letter fairly easy, but emails took my brain out for a spin. Now, again, I wrote all that stuff for my own stuff. You would write your own stuff. So the right here is you found one of the good folks. I could say, let me tell you a little bit of story how I started. And that's, you could say that here. And then I didn't. I said, to be honest, I struggled with years. So that flows in perfectly with the flow of the copy. So it took me years to figure this out. Now, notice how I did this. It took me a few years of trial and error, but the Epic email system was the result. And now 2/3 of my income is entirely automated by email. And over the past 14 years, I put 14 years, that's a typo on my part. So I will make 14 go away. So 14 years, I've become known as the godfather of the VSL and a few $billion system operators on the planet. So I basically just weave my story with bits and pieces of data in here, and there you go. I'm saying this not to brag, merely to put your mind at ease. You're in good hands. Now, all of that braggadocious stuff started with, I used to suck. It's the hero's journey condensed. This is the hero's journey condensed. I'm going to show it to you one more time. I used to suck. It took me a long time to do this. Then one day, that's the hero's journey, folks, just condensed. One day, the hero got called to do a noble task. One day, I came across persuasion triggers in the 4 levels of human persuasion. I talk about a little bit. It goes with what I used to call the Epic. This is actually the Epic email setup. Is actually I don't call it that anymore. But anyway, the point is now 2/3 of my income is nearly audited by email, and over the past 14 years, I've become known as this guy. Okay, so now I can say something as braggadocious as this, and literally say, "I'm just telling you this so I can put your mind at ease." Cool. So whenever you say something awesome about yourself, you can say something like, hey, this is just, I love Tony Robbins' phrase on this. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. Something really cool. So you want to say something like that, I think. So, and a lot of people resonate with my copy. And to be honest with you, when I say a lot of women resonate with my copy, a lot of women marketers follow me because I write in a very hard way, but in also a very psychologically soft way. Now, there are times when I just pull the stops out like we would with Old School New Body, where I was like, I'm writing like the old curmudgeon guy that the old trainer of Rocky. But this is my own words. This is my own style of writing. So I'll write like this all the time. Sometimes I write much more hard hitting if I'm writing to my email marketing list. But you get the idea. You can do this in a way that's very inviting. And that's the words I want you to hear on even sending content. Also, keep this in mind. Information overload leads to inaction. You're far better off taking action with one approach than constantly looking for the person. So I'm just giving tips. Now, here's what's funny is I didn't write this. The machine wrote it. If I regenerated that, the machine would create a different version of it. So it's writing content that it knows is related to this particular piece, to this particular topic. So that's pretty cool. And it will find content that's suitable for that. Shocker, right? And it's the content's all written in, really cool. However, it works consistently for most digital marketers who stick with it. And if I want to change digital marketers again to email marketers, I could, boom. I like to change it up a little bit. Myth number 3, giving up is an option. Now, see, that'll apply to anyone and anyone struggling through anything. If you bought into the myth number 3, should I just give up? By the way, all those are up here. Remember, I went through these. Should I try this? Should I go on Google? Should I just give up? I actually said that I pull out this myth. Giving up is not an option. You think that giving up is an option. There's no way you're giving up writing your emails to drive more engagement, click, and sales. Let's say I want to change that to there's no more giving up creating persuasive emails to make it shorter. I could do it that simple. Cool, right? I love that. So I just click the button. You're literally 3 feet from goal. You can't stop digging now because the good stuff is right there in front of you. Now I'm switching gears. You can feel me switching gears to being something a lot more persuasive, right? So as your content builds, yeah, I used to do this. Yeah, I used to do this. Yeah. Oh, time out. I'm not going to let you get through this. So I'm going to kick your ass. So you're going to get through this. That's how you inspire someone. I'm building an inspirational funnel. I'm literally building an inspire funnel. So underneath this blueprint, there's all this stuff I was kind of telling you about and a bunch of other stuff. Then there's this whole inspire funnel. You start high, you start with a wide gap of inspiration, and then you start narrowing that funnel down. And where do you think the funnel ends up? It ends up in a pitch. All this content is going to end up directly in a pitch. Okay, look, there's no way I'm here to help you. Now, remember I talked about Will you let me help you? Being some of the most powerful words you can use in any content, in any sales letter, in any email. Will you let me help? It's just one of the best ways to say this. I'm here to help you get there. Now, let me share the breakthrough that has helped me and other digital marketers as well. Success centers around avoiding blank page paralysis. What do you think that is? That's the primary cause. Remember the one thing up here that we talked about? Let me scroll all the way up here. The one thing that's causing it all, it's right here. Blank page paralysis. What is it? I define it. I define it however you would define it. The one thing that's really throwing you for a loop isn't all the Google stuff, isn't all this other stuff. It's this one thing that I call the primary cause. Okay. This was the aha moment for me, and everyone I work with says the same thing. What is this? Everyone I work with is saying the same thing. That is implied social proof. One of the best ways to have social proof when you don't have it. Now, I have tons of it, but if you didn't, it's like, every marketer I've shared this with says it's just the best. That's all you have to say, right? Like, all my friends and family are loving this. What if that was the only case? What if you wrote a diet book and you didn't have any sales? My friends and family, my wife, my kids, they all love this. If they love it and they're picky, you'll love it too. They're presto, social proof. So now I'd like you to explore this with me. And let's see if this is why writing email copy from scratch is still a concern for you. Let's see if this is the answer. Will you explore it with me? Again, notice the invitation. It's softer, but it's still powerful. Let's join this together. And there's a lot of people saying, yeah, the we're in this together moment, right? So I put everything I know about blank page paralysis and how it stunts your internet marketing progress into the page you'll visit below. What is that? Presupposition. You'll visit this below. I don't say you'll visit this below. It's literally, I'm speaking as if it's past tense. You'll visit below, future tense rather. So I'm presupposing they're going to do that. I also covered the solution blank paralysis, something I call dynamic blueprints. And what is this, folks? Look in the same freaking sentence. We got the primary cause and we got the primary solution in the same sentence. Look at the little TM that I put behind there. We are actually trying to TM that, by the way. So blank page paralysis, the fear in blank page paralysis is just looking at a blank page on the screen and that damn cursor blinking at you from hell going, what do I write next? And you get paralyzed. You just don't know what to do. Should I write this? Should I say this? Should I do this? I'm paralyzed. And you get caught in your own brain. That's blank page paralysis. The solution to it is the dynamic blueprints. Now, I didn't say it's something I call Email Copy Pro. Notice I didn't say that. I didn't say that. The solution to this is dynamic blueprints. It's only found in Email Copy Pro. There's a mechanism underneath that's making Email Copy Pro work. I'm using Email Copy Pro here, guys, by the way, because this is the email for it. If it was the email for a book, I'd use the book. If it was email for a dog training course, I'd be using that. So many are calling it a monumental breakthrough for digital marketers everywhere. Again, social proof by a simple statement. You could say, when I wrote this, I actually created this one myself. A lot of the emails were created by other people. I wrote this one myself. But I say a lot. I'd say I wrote about half of them myself. But many are calling it a monumental breakthrough for digital marketers everywhere. Well, sometimes when I regenerate this, I might say thousands or tens of thousands. So I don't know the number of the client reading this. I don't know the offer. By the way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This email would work for any offer, any space, anyone, anywhere, period. That's what Email Copy Pro is about. It's literally globally syndicated copy. So you can use it in any format because we've broken it down into these dynamic blueprints. If you're wondering why that works, I could regenerate this whole thing for weight loss and show you exactly how that works. So I could regenerate it for public speaking. It doesn't matter. All these things would work. So many are calling it monumental breakthrough for digital marketers everywhere. I'd like you to go and see more about it here. Now, that's a subtle command, but it is a command. Here's the link. Go now. And I finally ended this. Would you let me know if this helped you as much as it helped others? I remember seeing that line in I think it was an email from I can't remember who wrote it, but I remember swiping that idea and then using all these different variations inside Email Copy Pro. Now, again, if I wanted to, for whatever reason, so that's the breakdown of the content email. It goes right into a pitch, but that's not a pitch. That's not a straight, go to the sales list. This is content. And so it's a long bit of content, by the way. Like if I view this content, I'm clicking the view button over here. This is a long freaking email. that's that email, guys. That's the email that CopyPro was able to spit out in a matter of seconds. So, and again, if I didn't like that version of it, the neat thing about this is this. It can, boom, the whole thing's different. And it pulls in my data and, pulls in, but it's the same format. You may be a lot like I was. You may not have a plan when it comes to writing your emails that attract customers, build awesome lists. I can relate because I didn't know. It's all different words now. The only words that stay the same is this because we have to keep the 3 questions the same. But the interesting thing about it is it's the same exact blueprint. So that's really exciting. But that's the blueprint for what I call 3 questions, 3 myths. That is the first content piece to send out in a segment. You will follow that up, and we will talk about this on. I'm going to come back on the camera so in a second. We will skip tomorrow. But because of tomorrow is, as of recording this, Thanksgiving. And on Friday, we will go into a full-fledged content email that you can either send first or you can send second. If your list is kind of hot to buy and you're trying to peak them, you might want to send this one first. If your list it needs to be warmed up, you want to send the email we'll cover on Friday first, then send this one. Then you're going to go into the sales emails, okay? And we're going to talk about each one of those. Hopefully, I want to know what do you guys think? Is this helpful? You guys liking this? I'm coming back over here to the solo camera. Are you guys liking this breakdown? I know there's a long delay here, but I want to make sure that everybody's cool with it. So it's kind of funny. I'm getting email tutorial, hard to say, but interesting. CSH, Content Sales Hybrid Model. HSH. That's not bad. Okay. I'm thinking through this, guys. I still undercover sales matrix. Undercover sales matrix. That's pretty good. Awesome. Well, I'm going to think through the same thing. And if I come up with something, it's super good. Awesome. So, cool. I hope you guys are digging this and liking this. Okay. Great. Loving it. Cool. Loving this. Super. Thank you guys for the kind of feedback. And as of now, I'm going to do something interesting. So as of now on Facebook Live, if you're watching this post facto, I did invite you guys here to watch it live, but if you're not watching it live, you're not going to get this. If you are watching it live, you're going to get this. If not, it was nice knowing you. And I will see you on the next Facebook Live. Okay, I'm still here because we're going to edit everything I'm saying out. It's only you guys watching this live. It's going to happen. So let me tell you what's going on. There's nothing for you to type in the chat. There's no link I'm going to put in the chat right now. Nothing like that. We tried to make that happen, but we couldn't get it out fast enough. So we came up with yesterday a kick butt idea for a Black Friday special for Email CopyPro. We've been asking, people have been emailing us, so you have a Black Friday special. Sometimes I've done it once, I think, for Email CopyPro, but not a lot. And we don't want to sell it for cheaper than what people have already paid for it, because I know I put things on sale a couple of times and I always feel kind of icky about it. It's cool. I mean, I get, it's my product. I can sell it on a sale if I want to, but we came up with an idea that is so killer. All our current Email CopyPro customers will get this training for free. So you guys are all taken care of. Plus everyone who's got Email CopyPro, you have it for the lifetime product license, meaning that you have it for as long as the product exists. All right. We came up with something called ECP 90, Email CopyPro 90, a 90-day access to 90 days of emails in the exact order you need to send them. And more than that, I'm going to actually go through every one of those 30 emails. You're going to send an email every 3 days. Now, I know I prefer to email every day, but we're just going to get you started. Okay. Email every 3 days. Now, you can send more. You have access to the entire system. You can send an email every 3 minutes if you want to. But we're going to show you the emails that you should send every 3 days. And I'm going to go over the training of those emails every single day on Facebook Live. Well, not every single day, but every 3 days. So we're going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday trading for 90 days starting December the 10th, because I'm really loving this so much. And we're going to go through. So you'll have no excuses. Now, what's really badass is most of these emails, probably about 80 to 90% of them, will be able to be generated from that quick start. So that means it'll take you 90 minutes to get set up and you'll have 90 days worth of emails. So we figured out a way to do that so it would be fair to everyone else. So we're going to announce this price. It's $397 to get into this, $397. So dirt cheap, okay? So we're going for mass volume here because I want you to become a full-time Email CopyPro client. So at the end of 90 days, you can stop and then you got your 90 days of emails. You get 90 days of emails that are written this badass with me coaching you for 90 days for less than $400. I mean, that's like a stupid, stupid offer, if you ask me. And on top of that, we're going to throw in our list building course and our client acquisition course that's going to be taught live. So you guys are getting a hell of a deal. And so is my existing email copybook client. So that's awesome. Now, at the end of that, if you want to continue, it's 2 more payments at $397. So it's a little bit more expensive than the $997, but not too terribly much. And I think that's only fair because we got $997 customers and they get that for life. But that is the offer we're going to announce, and it's going to be announced today. So be sure to stick around. And we're going to send an email out to our list later today. We're doing Black Friday early. We're going to do it the day before Thanksgiving. Ryan Dice did this. So I said, damn it, Ryan beat me by a day. So I'm going to have to come up and get this going. But we got the pages ready. We were just testing them. It wasn't quite ready. We had a few changes I wanted to make. Now, one thing I want to tell you, the bonuses for this is going to be off the charts, but you have to follow me on Messenger to get them. So we're doing a really cool campaign. If you're a marketer watching this, and let's say you have Email Copy Pro, you just think it sucks for whatever. In other words, you're mentally a little gone. I'm kidding. Let's say that you don't have it. It doesn't matter. You should watch what we're doing because it's kind of cool. Because I'm wanting to build a massive messenger follower because we're going to put a lot of messenger bots inside Email Copy Pro. That's what, messenger bots are basically short emails. So, I mean, we're just a slightly different psychology. So we're going to be adding those to the system. And we're going to add those over the next 90 days. So you're going to see how all this process unfolds. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that is the offer that no one knows about except you guys on this live call. That's going to be edited out of this call. And well, actually, I don't know if we have to edit this out or not. I know we have to edit it out if we have a link because the link will die after Black Friday. So you guys need to get in this before Black Friday weekend ends. Okay. So please tell me that if you're not an Email Copy for a client, that is going to be the tipping force to get you completely excited to do this because I'm excited to offer it. I've never sold. It will never be this expensive. That's the monthly cost of Email Copy Pro. If you buy it monthly, it's $397. So we're giving it to you for 90 days for that, plus the 90 days of training. So there's just no way. Even if you miss the training, you can always go back and watch one. But it's not like you're going to need training to get through each email because they'll generate for you. We're just going to show you which one you should send and why, and then ask any questions that you want to do about the training. And plus, I'm going to create it from scratch on one version. Now, you might be thinking, well, hey, if I'm going to see the emails live, why don't I just do that? Well, I'm not going to show you all the emails live. I'm going to give you some of them because I like to do that. I gave you this one. You could watch this video and transcribe this one version of it, but you're not going to get all the regeneration versions. You're not going to be able to enter the data and have that work for you for the next 200 emails. And that's what this will allow you to do. So that is the update. You guys, what do you think about that? I would love to hear. So good stuff. Great, cool. My jaw just dropped a little bit. This is freaking awesome. That's really good. That's good to hear. I would like to hear other comments like this. What do you think of that deal? I love to hear. Also, guys, last but not least, I will sign off today. During the 90 days, I'm doing something I've never done before. We're going to be taking your requests for the emails and content and sequences that you want to see. And we can't do it for everybody. Obviously, it's impossible. But we're going to be doing it for, if we have like a trend, and we say, if we got like 10 people or 20 people saying, oh, we want this, our team will create that for you during the 90 days. And we'll be able to put it into the system. So that's going to be really cool. So we really want to, love that, Mark. Love that. This is a mafia offer, right? Yeah. It's too good to refuse, man. But that was a cross between mafia and the Cuban movie. I just love it. Al Pacino. Say hello to my little friend. Scarface. I just lost the blank on that. Oh, that's sweet, Angela. Thank you so much. You said training alone is worth. Yeah. I would like to think that it's worth that and more. I want to give you guys over to deliver. But this gets people into the Email Copy Pro family on a massive way. And we have our reasons for doing this. A, we want you for a lifetime customer. B, I'm going to pick up some coaching clients because I still coach on the side. I love doing that. And that's a high dollar ticket for me. And C, we got a surprise for you next year that's going to blow your mind. It's going to make everything that you think you know about copy kind of flip it on its head. So you guys will be the first to get access to that. So thank you so much for letting me reveal it here live. I'm looking forward to and we're not doing it tomorrow. It'll be the first day that I miss, but the only reason I'm missing is Thanksgiving. So only because I don't think that you guys would be there, and I don't want to intrude on your family time. So tomorrow is Thanksgiving here in the United States. So we will take tomorrow off. We will resume Friday. And I will go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I'm just that kind of bamf. Okay, I'm sounding like Phil DeFranco all of a sudden. I don't know why I'm sounding like Phil DeFranco. I like Phil though. I think Phil's an awesome guy, awesome internet marketer. Never met him, but it seems like a good guy. An awesome YouTuber. So I'm going to start sounding like Phil. Hey, start channeling him. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you on Friday. Enjoy your Thanksgiving if you celebrate it at all, and enjoy your family time. And I'll talk to you guys on Friday.